My weird hobby is refurbishing vintage dollhouses. I know it's a little bit dorky. I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. So like I buy these dollhouses that are from, I don't know, sometimes the 30s, sometimes the 60s, whatever. They're often kind of trashed. I love taking them all the way apart, and redesigning them and building them and decorating and furniture and people and blah blah blah. And um, what I love about this, what makes it so important to me, is it's such a great source of creativity. Like it's a real creative outlet. I'm not a painter, I'm not really a musician. I love that creative outlet, and it's also it's a really great source of play. Like I loved playing with dolls and little miniatures and stuff when I was a kid, and so that really feels like play to me. It so it hits a bunch of really important things, right? Like we know that play is really important. Brene Brown has some beautiful research about that. There's also some great research into the importance of creativity and creative outlets. I know that kind of stuff is important. I have not touched a dollhouse in well over a year. And today I was thinking about that because I was talking with someone about how important things in our lives tend to get like squeezed out by urgent things, and that's a normal pattern. I think most people are familiar with that. Like, the way that like investing in your marriage, which is so, so important, can kind of get squeezed a bit as like work deadlines keep piling up and kids have activities and there's chores to do and things that need to happen around the house. And all of those things that are urgent, like concrete and attached to a timeline and a deadline, they can sort of squeeze out this thing that is very important, because important things tend to be sort of uh, less time sensitive or deadline dependent. Investing in my marriage is more amorphous and fluid, and so in some ways it doesn't totally matter if I attend to that priority today or I shift it off till next week. So that's like one side, like important things get shifted by urgent things and deadline things. The other side, and the side that I am really having trouble with, is that I think important things also kind of get attacked by just time wasters, right? And what I mean by that is that I have important things in my life and I don't do them. Like even when I have a huge block of free time, I don't do them. You know what I do instead? Of course you do, because you do it too. I scroll through my Facebook feed and TikTok videos and Instagram and Candy Crush and whatever it is, like just total time waster. Why am I doing that? And I think that what's happening is that we've just, we, watch me just put it on to all of us. I have developed this sense that like, if something isn't urgent, I kind of don't know exactly how to make space for it. Or I'm too tired, from raising a toddler to muster up the energy to choose that important priority. And so it gets shifted and my time just gets filled with time wasters. So I'm thinking about that today and I'm so like sad about it. And yeah, sad, I think, is the thing that I want to say. Like, I just feel sad that I'm wasting all of this time. Now, I don't actually think that it's always a waste of time to be scrolling or watching videos. I think there's lots of like um, unplugging and de-stressing that happens there. But for me, I'm realizing there's some important things I want to do and I'm not finding time. So I want to ask you, like, how do you do that? How are you guys doing it? How do you make time for the important things in your life? And how do you protect it? Like, how do you protect it from urgent things? And how do you keep centering it and protect it from the little time wasters that want to chip away? I know that one thing that's worked for me in the past is scheduling. And doesn't that sound so very boring and adult? But it's true. Like, I have a lot of good friends, and they tend to live a very long ways away. And I'm just terrible at calling them and staying in touch unless we've scheduled it. You know, our best times are when we've said, oh, every Thursday we're going to talk. And then I just know. And it's not like every day I have to sort of, again, it's like muster up this energy to choose. I just know it's in there and we just do it kind of by default. So that's one thing. Scheduling really helps. Actually, accountability really helps. And I don't mean the kind of accountability that's like, did you do your thing, right? Like, I don't need that kind of energy in my life. But a gentle accountability is very helpful. It's actually one of the reasons that people choose coaching, because they want to center something important. And it feels quite challenging to do that yourself. And so, what a coach can do is come alongside in a very gentle and present way and say, did we make space for it? How did you do? If it didn't happen, how can we improve upon that? And it really helps to know that you're coming every week to talk to somebody who cares about it alongside you. So that kind of gentle accountability or coaching, that can really help too. The technique I decided to try today was to like improve my ease of access. That's a very formal way of saying I went downstairs in the middle of planning this video, and I have a table in my laundry room that I use for storing junk. And so anyway, I cleared off the table and I went out to the garage and brought in a dollhouse and put it in there, and you know, a little box of tools and whatever, and it's there and it's ready for me. And I'll tell you something, I almost didn't come and make the video because I wanted to sit down and play with it. And I can't wait for toddler bedtime at 7:15 tonight so that I can go and jump in to my creativity and my play. And I have not wanted to choose that in over a year. Wow. So I am hoping that that works. And and I will post a picture of the dollhouse in process to let you know how it goes. But please jump in. I want to hear your good ideas about this. Tell me in the comments, how do you make space for important things in your life and protect them from time wasters? I hope it works for you. Take care of yourselves, friends.